Actors are willing to do anything to nail a scene, especially performers relentless enough to get cast in some of the biggest movies and TV shows in the world. But in the pursuit of that perfect shot, some actors go a little too far with physical stunts and other actors end up as collateral damage. But you know, most of the time an actor is clipped, especially if they're young and or terrified of being fired, so that's almost all of them. They'll give a breathless, "Oh no man, probably look good for the scene." And if you're wondering where I got all this inside industry knowledge, well then I'll let this high school theater award do all the talking. You see it? My mom kept it. So shine up your pitchforks and join the rabid mob of public opinion as we vilify and condemn these 10 actors who injured their co-stars. Get 'em, get 'em, get 'em.
Before we get started, does anyone want to get out?
You gotta figure Captain America: The Winter Soldier featured a lot of on-set emotional violence, but it looks like some real violence snuck in there as well. In that very cool and good elevator fight scene, Frank Grillo, Chris Evans, and company were really getting physical in that small space, with Grillo telling Express, "Yeah, we did a lot of training, and then one day I realized it was necessary for us to hit each other for real because it was so tight." And he added, "We were black and blue and sore, and you know, we beat each other up." But Grillo doesn't harbor ill will, it actually seems like he loves it. And he even says that he thinks that Captain America: The Winter Soldier is Marvel's best movie ever. So sorry, Iron Man 2, your reign is over. I'm gonna need that tiara back. I know.
It kind of feels personal.
The good cop, bad cop routine?
Not exactly.
Heath Ledger's commitment in Christopher Nolan's The Dark Knight is absolutely legendary. Even today, many young actors use his performance as the paragon of film acting. And of course, yes, the performance was incredible, earning the actor a posthumous Academy Award. And you probably wouldn't be surprised to learn his commitment extended to some of the film's fight scenes, including this scene, where Christian Bale's Dark Knight interrogates Heath Ledger's Joker. Years later, Bale told The Hollywood Reporter about the scene's violent moments, saying that he told his uber-dedicated co-star that, "You know what, I don't really need to hit you, it's gonna look just as good if I don't." And he's going, "Go on, go on, go on." He was slamming himself around and there were tiled walls coming off that set which were cracked and dented from him hurling himself into them. His commitment was total. And that's a lot, you know? And if you don't have the commitment to bite the finger of a small child, then I've got bad news. You're never gonna make it in Hollywood, kid. Joe Pesci, on the other hand, he's got what it takes, as he showed as one half of the fearsome wet bandits in Home Alone. See, Pesci apparently really wanted to intimidate Macaulay Culkin on set, even staying away from the young actor so that when he was close up, he was really scary. But Pesci went even further on one take at the final scene where the thieves catch Kevin McAllister and prepare to torture him and stuff. Pesci's character Harry says he's gonna bite off the kid's fingers, and on one take, he actually bit them, leaving a scar on Culkin's right index finger. So you go like that, and then you just imagine Joe Pesci going like, "Am, am, 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 am." That's what it's like to be an actor.
All kids, no parents.
Daniel Craig's days as James Bond are over, but we've got so many great memories. And you know, I'm sure Craig does too. However, for the purposes of this video, we'll be talking about the time that he tore his meniscus. The injury occurred during the 007 film Spectre while filming the train fight scene with Dave Bautista. Guardians of the Galaxy star threw Craig as part of a stunt, as he told Entertainment Weekly, "We were going at it 100%, very physical. There was a small little indentation on the floor, his foot just slipped off it and tweaked and his knee collapsed in, it was that fast. Then, for dramatic emphasis, he snaps his fingers. Pow, pow. It was torn." Even though Craig had to take 2 weeks off filming after surgery, which isn't that a super short amount of time? Are any doctors watching? He wasn't mad, saying, "It could happen to me getting out of the shower. It's just one of those injuries." He later said, "I hit it at the wrong angle and it just went." I wonder who the next James Bond will be. Sure, it could be Tom Holland or somebody famous, but wouldn't it be nice if an unknown took the role, but someone with experience, you know? Someone with high school level accolades. Validate me. Mark Ruffalo looks like a gentleman. He acts like a gentleman. He smells like a gentleman. But what if he was hiding something? Something like, say, an aggressive hate for Channing Tatum. In 2014's Foxcatcher, Ruffalo and Tatum were filming a scene, and as Channing recounted to Variety, he asked Ruffalo to just slap the shit out of me and get it over with, which Ruffalo did, but, quote, "He popped my eardrum," Tatum says. "All of a sudden, it's just making a screeching noise. I can't hear anything." As for the long-term ramifications, Tatum said, "Eardrums heal, so I'm fine, so never mind." Apparently that's the slap they used for the film, so the lesson here is pretty clear. Slap Channing Tatum. can't be it. Jonah Hill has lovingly referred to Wolf of Wall Street co-star John Bernthal as a, quote, huge buff maniac, which coincidentally is what the student paper said about my performance as Jesus in Godspell. Do we not like this bit? Should I stop doing it? I'm very self-conscious. And the name makes sense for Bernthal after hearing about Hill's experience with the actor on set. In a scene where Bernthal's character punches Hills, director Martin Scorsese wasn't pleased with the way the stunt was looking on the screen, according to Hill saying it looks stupid and fake. Then Scorsese asked Bernthal to punch Hill for real, and, well, as the actor said, long story short, John punches me in the face, and it's one of my favorite scenes I've ever acted in. So, are there good lessons in this video? I'm worried about what we're communicating. It's good, as long as it's for the scene, you know, it's good for the scene. Tom Felton took his share of licks on the set of the Harry Potter films, but in the recent Return to Hogwarts HP reunion special on HBO Max, Jason Isaacs reveals that the on-screen father-son relationship got off to a bloody start, not in the British way. The injury happened on the second chapter of the series, Harry Potter and the Chamber of Secrets. As Isaacs tells it, the very first scene that I shot was actually cut. It's on the deleted scenes. Draco touched something and I used this cane and went, "Don't touch anything, Draco." But I didn't know how sharp the teeth were. They went right into little Tom's hands. And he looked up at me and his eyes welled with tears. And I went, "Tom, I'm so sorry. I didn't realize how sharp they were and how heavy it was." And he went, "It's all right. It's good for the thing." You see, Tom Felton did it. That was probably good for the scene. He did that in real life as a child. And we're celebrating it. Oh, it was weird. I mean, I'm making a video about it and you're watching it, but maybe we should examine this. Now let's talk about more blood. Tom Felton did the thing that young actors do, sacrificing his physical safety for professional imaginary pretend time. In AMC's The Walking Dead, a common refrain from the show's creative team and from comic creator Robert Kirkman before them is that in the show, the humans are usually more dangerous than the zombies. And, well, perhaps no human is more dangerous on the set of The Walking Dead than Rick Grimes himself, Andrew Lincoln. Lincoln apparently had a reputation on the set for doing real violence to his co-stars, with Norman Reedus sharing this story with Jimmy Fallon. "We did this one scene and I beat the crap out of Lincoln, basically." And to be clear here, Reedus is talking about like fake stage combat, not real stuff. And then he's supposed to run and tackle me off camera, right? Just jump into an airbag. But he runs and he jumps and he punches me in the face with double fists, which sounds like a signature move for an off-brand supervillain. Double fist! The most serious injury of the bunch is definitely this one, which happened during the Rocky-Drago fight on the set of Rocky IV. And no, it wasn't that these two fighters clearly desperately need a drink of water. It's that Stallone, who also directed the movie, told Drago actor Dolph Lundgren to, quote, really try to knock me out. And Lundgren obliged, hitting Sly so hard in the chest that they had to stop filming. And later that night, Stallone's blood pressure went way up and he had to be taken back to the US from the shooting location in Canada for medical attention. The actor-director recounted the seriousness of the injury to Ain't It Cool News, saying, "He struck me so hard in the chest that my heart slammed against my breastbone and began to swell, so the beating became labored and without medical attention, the heart would have continued to swell until it stopped." This is the kind of injury that happens in car accidents. Like, that's how much force it takes to do that to your heart. Stallone then joked, "In a sense, I was hit by a streetcar named Drago." Because he almost died. But perhaps no actor shows such disregard for their co-star's physical well-being than Tom Cruise to Tom Cruise. The Mission Impossible actor / stuntman has become legendary for putting himself in harm's way so that the rest of us can enjoy slack-jawed popcorn spilling out of our open mouths. No, just me? Yeah, sure, whatever, yeah. And the best example of this is from 2018's Mission Impossible Fallout. Tom Cruise's Ethan Hunt is giving chase via rooftops because everyone knows the shortest distance between 2 points is rooftops. And so hurls himself from one building to another here. But the landing was icky. As Cruise gleefully chronicled on the Graham Norton show, he broke his ankle during the stunt, but kept going, running past the camera saying, "I didn't want to do the stunt again. I knew it was broken, and I just said, ugh," and I ran past the camera. We got the shot. It's in the movie. That profile shot, both of those shots are in the movie. Just 5 months later, Cruise was back shooting the film, though he admitted that his ankle wasn't even fully healed. But Tom wasn't gonna let us just eat popcorn with our mouths closed, okay? He's not a monster. You know, I'm not sure how I feel about this list. On one hand, I admire the drive and dedication of artists who want to express themselves more fully and impact people on the other side of the experience. On the other, there's something bloodthirsty about our obsession with actors who go all the way. Like they somehow prove themselves by putting themselves in danger or losing themselves in a role so much that they actually hurt their co-stars, you know? Maybe it's just that we want to know that the people who inhabit the characters in our favorite movies and TV shows are taking things as seriously as we do while we're watching them. If we're going to emotionally invest, we want to make sure that people are emotionally investing on the other side too. I don't know. But if I do know one thing, it's that if you see Andrew Lincoln running at you with double fists, you run and you do not look back. Cole!